Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Catching Up. I'm your host, Lauren Kalil, and today's episode we're catching up with Spencer Panchik, who recently joined Brute Strength. Spencer, the Open just finished. How's it going?
Oh, it's going great. Open went good, and now we're just focusing on the next stage and taking it kind of day by day.
And you made this announcement right before the start of the season, right before the Open. How long was this thought to join Brute Strength in the works, and what ultimately made you decide that now was a good time?
Yeah, so just kind of taking a step back and just evaluating my fitness from last year to this year, and really all the way up through Wadapalooza. And for me, I would say a lot of it wasn't necessarily my fitness, but it was just being around a group of people that can help me execute and um, kind of simulate that competitive environment as much as you can in practice without burning out, I guess you can say. And it's without it being at least because when I train with Saxon, Scott, like sometimes it's like you're just going head to head, and it's just like excruciating after a long time. And just learning how to be able to do that without burning that candle low.
Has it been weird not training with Saxon because he just recently moved to Proven? You two have been separated after being attached to the hip essentially for so long. What has it been like not having, your third partner in crime training with you?
Yeah, so it's been a lot different, but we're both going down roads that we feel are going to make us very successful. And it's a change. It's really a change for both of us, and it's exciting. And if I could sum it up, it's we're both excited to be doing something a little bit different and to just see how the season goes.
Do you think that this is something that you both needed to separate, have different training programs to find success for yourselves?
Yeah, I think it's really easy. Um, at the end of the day, we're still competitors, but we're brothers, and there's a line that you're playing with that. And um, it's hard because we both wanna see the success for each other, and
Hmm.
sometimes it's each of us sacrificing something for each other. And now that we're surrounding ourselves with a group of people that believe in each one of us separately, I think it's going to be really cool. And yeah, when really semifinals and the games come around, like I know it'll make it all worth it.
What is it going to be like when you guys finally link up again and see each other training? Because now you can't really spy on each other the way that you could before.
Yeah, it's exciting. And um, we're doing two different things, and we're gonna just see how it shakes out. It'll be really exciting.
So, why brute strength with so many different training programs, training camps out there? What really narrowed the scope to make that decision?
Yeah, so really just being personalized. And um, I'm working with Nick Fowler at Brood. And um, after a lot of talk, our beliefs really aligned up with each other. And I'd say the biggest thing is that trust. And um, as long as you have that trust, it's going to be a good match.
Now, you are still at CrossFit Mentality with your brother Scott. What has training in this new program like been for you, but still under the same gym that you've pretty much always been at?
Yeah, so actually, I have a separate gym that I actually train at. So I'll go up and see Scott. We'll train together maybe once or twice a week. And
Mm.
um, he's doing his thing, I'm doing my thing. But just being in the presence of somebody. And he was actually out training with me yesterday, and we're just like, man, it's just like something about like lifting heavy weights with each other. Because like when we're by ourselves training, it's easy to, I don't want to say go on autopilot, but you're just so focused. But it's like when you're around somebody and it just gets a little bit competitive, it's like it lights that fire, and it keeps it good and healthy.
Have there been any challenges for you switching to a new training program, especially at a time that is the beginning of your season?
There were definitely some challenges, but the biggest thing, and it's going back on that trust. And just being very transparent with each other of like how my body's feeling. Is it adapting good? And it's a whole different style of training for me. And um, in the years past, I was always training for every stage independently, like the open, quarterfinals, semifinals. And now it's just looking at my fitness as a whole. And at the end of the day, there's still some gaps that I need to fix, and fixing those early in the season is going to be really important, because come time for qualifying for the games, that's where it's going to be the most important to be able to execute. And just building up that trust with my coach and my fitness, and just knowing my capabilities is going to be huge.
What are some of those things that you guys are really focusing in now to reach your goals, to not just qualify for the games, but then do as well as you anticipate?
Yeah, it's just going back and just trusting myself. I had some slip ups at West Coast last year. There was actually two events. One was the snatch ladder. They did it was a repeat workout. They did it at regionals. I've done that workout probably 15, 20 times, and I get out on the competition floor, and it was probably my worst performance that I've done
Mm.
out of all the times that I've done it. And again, it just goes back to trust. As I was approaching that event, it was okay. I've been training for this. Like, let's go out and let's just tear it up, rather than, hey, let's dial it back. Let's trust yourself. Know that you had the opportunity to do this in practice, not just once, but multiple times. It was a good score, and just pretty much duplicate that on the competition floor. And like that alone, I feel like would have helped me punch my ticket to the games. And again, like I said earlier, it wasn't fitness, but it's showing up on game day and executing. In my eyes, you could be the fittest person on the planet, but not know how to execute. And that's the most important thing.
And you talk about this level of trust that you have with your coach and the brute strength as a whole. How do you think that, them giving you this program, it's different than what you've been used to? How do you think having that buy-in and that trust will help you have success at the games this year?
Yeah, it's just with remote stuff, it's a little bit different, and it's just communication. And it's easy to be I don't want to say timid, but um, I'm the type of person that if I have a list of things, I just get so excited when I'm checking things off. And at the end of the day, he doesn't know exactly how my body's feeling, so you still have to be able to know how you're feeling,
Mhm.
and doing what's right for you. And being able to have that open line of communication with each other, where we can change things on the fly, or I trust him to be able to change something, or he can trust me to change something, and it not affect the whole week of training. And for me, that's the biggest thing.
I'm curious, how often do you guys text or FaceTime or call or communicate throughout the day or the week?
Yeah, we message each other almost every day, but it's just very brief. And again, I owned an affiliate with my brother Saxon. I coached under Scott, and um, I've been around the coaching aspect of it. And um, it's being able to know what questions to ask, when to ask them. And a lot of them I can answer on my own, or I could go to Scott without overwhelming somebody, because I get it. And it's at the end of the day, it's hard, because he doesn't know exactly how I'm feeling that day. So it's just keeping those lines of communication open.
Are there any plans to train in person with him, or maybe head to Naples, Florida with a lot of the athletes who are there training under Matt Torres?
Yeah, one of my really good buddies actually has a place down in Naples, and I have an open invitation to go down there
Perfect.
and stay and train as long as I want. And same thing, I could go out to Salt Lake and train with Nick.
Do you have any solid plans? I mean, I know we're so close to quarterfinals at this point, but maybe after quarterfinals, before semis?
Yeah, I'd like to. It's just taking quarterfinals one step at a time, and then kind of figuring that out and going from there.
What is it like to have a second year of the same format to the season?
I like the format a lot. I think it's the biggest thing is just consistency and knowing exactly how it's. I don't want to say how it's going to play out, but knowing where the peak and when the peak, I guess.
Mm. What is the ultimate goal for this year for you?
Qualify for the CrossFit Games.
All right, Spencer, thank you so much for joining us today. It's great to see you off to a good start. Quarterfinals is right around the corner, and we can't wait to see what else you do this season.
Thanks for having me on.